Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Troublemaker, and this is the Wargame Cup Round 2. A round of 600? I don't know how much it fell down to. I briefly looked through the list, and it looks like at least one person passed for each, meaning that they probably didn't lose absolutely a lot of people. And so now here we are on a brand new map, and this one's called the Fold Gap. Now there's a few unique things you'll note about this map. 1, 2 starting points, each worth 2, as opposed to having one starting point worth 1. There's a middle point here and here worth 2. The high point is India in the middle, and lots of forests, meaning that infantry play will be quite strong. Lots of cities, once again for infantry play, and in every single direction around it, it's large open areas, meaning that anti-tank teams and anti-air teams will also do quite well. The fastest reinforcement point is right here, and on this side, this one here, this one here. There is a 3-point right on the border of it, and there's actually a lot of nodes here that can be captured relatively easy. And so a generic strategy for this will be kind of a little bit chance-based. So what would happen is each person would have all their forces on one side, and then, you know, something like this, like a little ambush squad on the other side. And they push forward, they take one of these points, and this point, or this and this, and they will push in and secure this location. Now the chance part is that if your opponent's doing something like this, going head on, then this is the war zone, this little area right here. However, if you both select a different one, say red goes here, blue goes here, then India becomes the big point of attack. So both take, say, Mike and Kilo, Delta and Foxtrot, leaving India be the big battleground. Now let's look a little bit at their tactics. Looks like we see BigL is actually going to keep Lima. He has a lot of Flakpanzer and not much else to really defend this with. Some armored personnel vehicles, but he's got a VAB PC, and yeah, just a lot of anti-infantry vehicles here. I think he's actually going to just sit here. All the while, he has his hit squad here with some anti-aircraft tanks, lots of battle tanks, some recons, and it's a lot of tanks actually. And from over here, Red has actually added a new command over here. I think he's trying to take maybe both these points. I'm not entirely sure. And a few units of anti-aircraft command. So actually, he's got 3 commands. A third one right here might go for Juliet or Kilo. Not sure yet. And it looks like he went for a fairly high amount of infantry. The fact that he got not 1 but 2 extra commands means that he probably will not have a lot of units, whereas BigL, his early move is going to be very important. If it does not have a large amount of success, he's going to be in a lot of trouble. So we do have some Pumas coming here, probably with some well, it wouldn't be Delta Force. What would this be? Not Spetsnaz, that's Pact. I don't know, but he's got something coming around here. Probably wants to plant them right here. That's what I would do myself, or right here, just to block off some reinforcements. This kind of blocking maneuver always pays it pretty well. And we can see that our Pact player RoyalFlush. Oh, I didn't introduce them. The Pact player is RoyalFlush. The NATO player is BigL. BigL is the higher rated of these two, but they both survived the first round, so they're both quite good. And by quite good, I mean like top 600 in the world. So Red has taken Bravo, he's taken Charlie, and he's taken Juliet. All the high point ones have been left relatively open. And infantry here is not too bad. These anti-tank weapons should be in the woods, of course, to project into these very large open fields. And we can see this big sneak maneuver here by BigL is about to maybe pay off. Yeah, definitely pay off. There's some anti-aircraft. There's not a lot of defense here, and realistically, RoyalFlush will be in a lot of trouble if he doesn't get some, anti-tank or infantry units over here fast. It looks like he has secured this location. He's not entirely sure what's going on. He doesn't really have any air recons. FV-101 recon is actually firing on anti-tank. Yeah. This is the big game decider. When you have a big open play like this, in which you're using a lot of vehicles and not so many resources, you're probably going to need to at least kill one command and probably get ahead by about 500 points. Why 500 points? It's a magical number, yes, but there is a point to it all. With 500 points, it means you can sit back and save up for a command. And that way you can push forward, and by the time the enemy's not going to have, will be basically even. But the better you do, obviously the better you do. This is not quite used yet. I'm not sure what's inside these SA330B. But all the while... Oh, you know what? He's actually completely bypassing this? That doesn't make sense. I don't know where this army's going. Maybe he's trying to... I just don't understand it. He's taking position around India. Well, this is a new development. Does he have a command coming up there? He's a Cobra. He's spending a lot of money. And it looks like RoyalFlush is actually playing a little bit better. He has a nice spread of units. Hasn't really unloaded any of these infantry yet, though. Oh, that's embarrassing. There's a random unit here who has been detracked without being really fired on. Oh, and here he goes. Here comes a big attack. And this was a freebie. And it will be a freebie. And this is actually a really smart choice when I think about it. Because he can come in here and get this command, this stuff, and this FOB, and refuel up from the FOB. And then he can come back for this, because this has nowhere to go. That is completely separated from all this. You can kind of already see the very strategic advantage with the Charlie Juliet Kilo combination. By doing this, you can survive with a flank here, and then a few units along the sides just to watch. Oh, these are in fact the Rep FAMAS, which are coming in from the back. Might not get there in time. Oh, this is really weird. Look at this command. It's just barely in the border. That's some really good placement. But all the while, here comes the big push of Leopard 2A4 AMX-30V Valois F10V7 Scimitar. I think it's got like a rocket. Yeah, it's got rockets. It's pretty good. But he's got 2 recons. This is like, it's kind of unusual. 2 recons in case one gets blown up. And keep in mind, Red could have actually pushed pretty far forward and done very well. But he just didn't have enough scouting information. Like, look at what he's got. It's nothing. He doesn't really know what's out there. So, yeah, it's unfortunate. Roz the Wild Blue heading straight into the trap, which doesn't exist. But I think everyone kind of gets an idea of where you place a command, and you'd always want to place it almost as far away from the enemy as possible. Now, it does have a lot of recons here, so they might be in luck. Armor recon is showing an armor recon, and here's the anti-aircraft missiles, which have not quite been useful because there haven't really been any rockets in this game. And he's just moving them forward. This is keeping them mobile. Here's a little fact of the game. If you keep your army mobile, their accuracy goes down. That is a true fact. The army's unloading all these motor vehicles, keep them at a safe distance, and we do have some gunships. That was a very quick choice, but it's a wrong choice, because here comes the anti-aircraft weapons, which are going to give him a massive lead. Now you see he's taking the FOB. Now he's refueling up a lot of these very valuable vehicles. So here comes the helicopters, just as the AMX Rolands are showing up. This is quite a devastating battle for RoyalFlush. There's also a lot of these tanks fire on aircraft. Kind of problematic as well. The Motorstreakel are moving down south to try and really deal with this. Ooh, we actually have some motorcycle moving in here to try and take some Flak Panzer. This could be quite successful. Flak Panzer do very, very well against motorcycle, and these are anti-infantry units as well. So this could be another really, really good trade for BigL. But let's take a look at the battle up here, the most important one. The helicopters have been chewed out. He's reinforcing this location with a lot of infantry, and as he's refuel, he is okay. Over down here, we have the motorcycles slowly moving forward. They just have to get in range to do a lot of damage. All three Flak Panzer are still alive. These anti-infantry vehicles have been shrinking in numbers, means he's probably been targeting them about with these BTR 60P AI infantry carrying vehicles. And the Flak Panzer looks like they're going down. So this has been a relatively good engagement for RoyalFlush. However, except for the Flak Panzer, you know, these are not really big wins. So far, this opening move has netted a bonus of 400 points for BigL. So he's not doing terribly. But having said that, he's going to need another command out probably soon. Oh my god. He has no commands. Oh, the VAB actually pulled back just in time. It's probably going to move over to hotel. No, furthest possible point. Okay, I see. I get a painted picture. The motorcycles are coming in for a huge infantry rush, pushes the Flak Panzer out, and now this position belongs to RoyalFlush. This VAB is confusing me. Dead. Good old rocket hit. And we have more helicopters coming in. Not the right choice. Just not the right choice. And all this, everything he has is just loaded into this one corner here. This could be a problem. This could most definitely be a huge problem. As the tanks move in, sliding in, high veterancy tanks, 2 recons, the Rep FAMAS moving very slowly, and this is a point where fire position might be quite valuable. Just fire on that wooded area so that you don't have to deal with those motostrical, which are quite dangerous. Very, very, very dangerous. This attack is all about timing and positioning. If he was to just rush in here, the insanely high number of motostricales, which is how many? 40, 80, 100, 120, and plus these BTR, which have anti-tank weapons on them, I believe. Nope, just anti-infantry. That's a lot of vehicles, and here he comes in, moving the Valos in. He's just firing on position. Good call. Moving in. The motorcycles are actually running the wrong way. They should be running into the tanks. They're retreating. They're running away from the tanks. This is not the right play. The BRDM is very exposed. Might get sniped here. Motorcycles run. Oh, he holds it just in time. And now it's not going to be quite the amazing trade. The tanks are being pulled back as the infantry move forward. Very, very, very good Michael from BigL. Unfortunately, this tank here, the very expensive one, has been routed, and this could cause some very, very serious problems for him. And over here we have another little wind-up battle. Some T-72s unloading on this position here. It looks like it's doing quite well. Just took another vehicle. Trying to regain control of this FOB. The Leopard 2 A4s are on the roll. Looks like they're going to try and woods it. Oh, we have another big battle over here. Flak Panzers are being driven out by these BTR EAIs and motorcycles. This is just a really weird positioning for Flak Panzer. That's all I'm saying. And it looks like these BTRs will be. Something else happened over on this flank as well. It looks like these motorcycles would have engaged with someone, and they've been knocked down to almost nothing. So a lot of simultaneous play on the part of BigL. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like anything but his main attack is all that really effective. And these Flak Panzer have driven it this position, but they haven't really gained any real ground. And that's kind of the big kicker. And oh my god, did he just? No, okay. It looked blue for a second there, but yes, RoyalFlush has actually gunned down the command, and that was enough to give him the win, a total victory for RoyalFlush as he moves on to the round of 300 people. Round of 300, round 3. What a surprising win for RoyalFlush. BigL just was not able to perform with his all-in tactics, and RoyalFlush was able to shut him down. So good on him. Hope to see more from you next time, Mr. Flush of Royals.